Hello, hello. Welcome back to Ghost Tracks Podcast. My name is Tina. I am your host, and I'm here today with Ashley from Ghost Gossip. How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm very excited to have you on. I've been looking forward to this.
I'm so glad to be here with you.
So Ashley is her own host of Ghost Gossip. I have followed you for quite some time. I look up to you a lot. I think that you are fantastic. I love your content, love your podcast.
You're gonna
You're
make
just
me blush.
great. You're just great. I love all of your adventures. And you've had quite a few here in recent months, so I look forward to hearing about those. But tell us kind of how you got started with Ghost Gossip.
Well, ghost gossip was kind of thrust upon me. I bought a haunted house in 2022, did not know it was haunted. I knew I was sensitive to people's energy, but I always just thought I was an empath. And I didn't realize that it was anything more than just being empathetic. But I bought this house and it blew my senses wide open. My whole life turned upside down because of a ghost named Wayne who hated my guts. He loved Yep, he hated me, he hated my kids, he hated my animals, but he loved my husband. And he really, I mean, it really was life-changing to live in a haunted house when wasn't planning on it,
Yeah.
and I needed to talk about it. My husband wasn't experiencing things. My kids were, but they weren't telling me, and they were younger at the time, so I wasn't talking to them about it, and so I was like, "I'm gonna start a podcast." I already had a podcast previously, and it was it was like a not like self-help, but like self-motivation because I have been through a lot of trauma in my life, and I've overcome a lot in my life, and so it was more like trying to help other women and other people kinda find themselves and give them the strength to keep going, but it it was very hard to do, especially when my days were dark and I was struggling with sleep paralysis and I was struggling with a ton of stuff with the hauntings, and I was like, "I need to talk about this." So I started Ghost Gossip.
I love it. Now, are you and Wayne on like speaking terms now, or is he moved on, or
Well,
how's
he I don't live in that house anymore. I sold it. Yep, I sold it in January 2025. We moved out August 2024, and he comes and visits me every once in a while, but he and I have a love-hate relationship. He liked me a lot better when I moved.
yeah?
He we don't communicate too much anymore.
Well, that's cool. Well, he said I won. I got the living room.
Probably. "Ha bitch." That was one of the last things he said to me, "Bitch." I was like,
Well,
"Okay."
he sounds like a crotchety old dude.
It's exactly what I call him, a crotchety old man.
I know a
Prickly.
few of those in myself.
Yeah. So he was great. He was like having a grumpy grandpa upstairs. I gave him his own bedroom, and I was like, "Listen, you stay here, leave me alone." But that was after a year and a half of nonstop having a spiritual attack. It was
Yeah.
rough.
I know, I don't doubt it, and with sleep paralysis, I have sleep paralysis too. I haven't in a while, but I have experienced it quite a few times, and
It's terrifying.
it's horrifying. Still, the very last time I had it, like, that one was definitely the worst one out of all of them, but even now, just, like, thinking about it just makes me wanna throw up, like,
Yeah.
it
My
was
first time was horrible.
yeah, no. And I know a lot of people have no idea what we're talking about when we say sleep paralysis, and I don't know if that's just, like, they've experienced it and don't know, like, don't have a name to put to it.
Right.
Like, there's not an understanding, they just might think it's a nightmare, or they truly just have never experienced it and don't know what it is, but no, 0 of 5 stars, I don't recommend it.
Yeah, me neither, and if you don't know what it is, it's when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're completely frozen and you cannot move, you cannot talk, but you are wide awake and your senses are very much awake, but your body is not.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband, we were dating at the time, the last time that I had one, and that was the first time I had had one, since we had gotten together. I was on my back and I was still and I couldn't move anything, and I remember trying to move my hands to, like, get away from what was happening in the visions that I was having,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I was like, "Shake your head, get off of me," 'cause somebody was covering my mouth and my hands and
Oh,
holding me down
Lord.
in the vision, and So I was trying to shake them off of me, and then all of a sudden I could move my head and I just started screaming and flailing. He was like, "What the fuck is going?" It was like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I scared the shit out of him.
I bet. I scared my husband the other day. I was sleeping, but I astral project when I sleep, and I don't realize I do it, but I do it under high stress times or if I'm sleep deprived. I don't so
Mhm.
much have sleep paralysis anymore, but I'll astral project, so that's fun. I don't they're equally as scary to me, but I had astral projected and I was standing outside of our bedroom and I was about to walk down the stairs and it felt like I was walking down the stairs. Well, I'm sure you remember I fell down the stairs like in November. Only one stair, to be
What?
fair. Only fell down one stair and hurt my ankle. But so I'm standing at the top of my stairs and I start to fall. And so I wake up because I screamed and I woke up screaming, about scared my husband out. He was awake. It was like 11 o'clock at night. So I had
Oh, poor
just done it.
guy.
Oh my gosh. And I was like, was I at the top of the stairs? He's like, no, you've been asleep. And I was like, I must have astral projected, but astral me was falling down the stairs.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No. Well, you know what? Astral you or real you falling down the stairs is no joke. I did that. I think I fell down my stairs last year too.
Was it in November?
I don't remember actually. I just remember I was in my slippers and I just
It was too.
right down, busted my ass. I was like, "Oh,
I
I
was
knew it
too.
would." So that was not fun.
Well, I
No.
was outside looking at the northern lights or trying to see the northern lights, so I was looking up,
No.
and I stepped down, and I forgot that I had one more, like and it's, like, not a regular step, it's a 6
Mhm.
like, it's a half inch or not a half inch,
Yeah.
but, like, a half stair,
Yeah.
and they're brick, and so I forgot about that stair, went down. My Bomba I wear Bomba slippers, has a little bit of a lift.
Mhm.
My ankle caught the, like, side of my slipper, and I have really bad ankles, and it gave out, and I went down, and I just laid there, and I
And I
didn't see
didn't
any
see any
northern lights. I just laid
paranormal
there.
stars. Oh,
Nothing.
man. I missed the northern lights, in November, when we basically the entire country had a show, but I just
I
happened to
know.
be in very, very, very southern Florida.
Of
The like
course.
like 2 days after I left Indiana. I love photography, so I'm usually outside when things like that are happening, trying
Right.
to get my photos and stuff. It was, like, not even 2 days, and I was like, "Really?
Mhm.
For real?" And then that happened, and then I loved the snow, and then the snow happened, like, 2 days after that, and I was like, "Fuck all you." I was so mad. I was down in Florida, and I got sand fleas. Don't know if you've ever had sand fleas, but don't get them because they suck.
I've never had I mean, I think I've been bit by them, but I don't think I've ever had them.
So we were vibing on the beach. I don't like the beach. I am not a beach person. I'm a mountain person. I would rather be in the mountains or in the woods somewhere and just leave me be. But I was helping my husband with a job down in Florida. So we were there. He called it our vacation. It was not a vacation.
We worked the whole damn time.
We really did all 10 days. But
Gosh.
yeah, we were on the beach. And then the next day, I was like, oh my God, why am I so freaking itchy? Like, I thought, worst of the worst idea, like, "Oh my god, there's this place has bed bugs." Like, I had no idea what was happening. No, it was sand flea bites. I had them everywhere. I itched for 2 weeks, like, the
Oh,
whole time. I was waking up in the middle of the night. I pulled my bottle cap off of my Cokes and stuff and was, like, scraping my legs with the bottle cap because I was so itchy.
my god.
Like, I had
Oh.
chicken pox as a kid. It was nothing to sand fleas. So,
What part of Florida?
right? I'd like to not go there.
Right, exactly, that's why I'm asking.
We were in Cape Coral, but that's not the beach that we were at. It's not far from Cape Coral, though,
Okay.
the beach that we went to, but I
Noted.
don't remember.
We go to Amelia Island, which is near Jacksonville, so I'm just making sure, if I need to, like
Oh, it was, Southern Florida on the west side.
the Gulf Coast?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stay clear of there. Sand
I
fleas, they're horrid
noted.
beasts. I was like, "I'm ready to set myself on fire. I can't do this anymore."
Just light me on fire, put me out of my own misery.
gosh, and well, and then we had, he works in water he replaces and installs water meters, so they're in pits in the ground. So,
Mhm.
red ants, got bit by those. Lizards and frogs, which I don't mind, I love those. There were some snakes. There were bees, which I usually don't mind, but I don't want them in my water meter pit that I'm trying to work in. So I have a video, I'll have to send it to you later, but I have this video and I was like, "Go to Florida," they say. "It'll be fun," they say. And I'm like bitching the whole time. I was like,
Florida's
"Who
like
knows
the
what's a good idea?"
Australia of the states.
Oh,
Everything's trying to
yes.
kill you.
It is, it was terrible. And we saw a gator. I was like, "Well, you stay there, friend, and I'll stay over here. I'm not gonna go over there and bother you."
Speaking of gators, I watched a video on Instagram the other day, and it's like Gator Boys or something, and I've never heard of them, but they were showing this woman yelling at this gator, taking a stick and banging the little like pipe that the gator was in. She was just yelling at it, and they were like dying laughing because like this gator was hiding from this woman in this plastic pipe. Like, dear God, is like I don't know which one was more dangerous, honestly.
Oh my god, was it a white woman? It was a white woman, wasn't it?
You know it was.
Yep. 'Cause
Just
white women.
we ain't scared nothing.
Yep, I'm sure not. I got chased by a moose when I lived in Alaska. Yeah, a whole moose. It was a mama moose.
Mm, I've never seen a moose.
They're massive. They're like 1,300 pounds. Like, they're huge. Yeah, yeah. So I had, like, backed down my driveway, got down to the end into the cul-de-sac, and I was like, "Shit, it's trash day." So I was like, "I'll just get out, walk up." So I'm, like, walking up, and I just happen to look to my left. We had this little grove of trees there, and there was a baby, and I was like, "Shit." I turn all the way around, and here's mama. She's just booking it, and I, like,
It's like,
haul
"Not
ass
my
up my
baby."
driveway. I, like, busted my house, and my mom's like, "I thought you were leaving for work." I was like, "Well, I was, but I'm not now."
There's a moose.
Yeah, the moose had run all the way up to my front porch and was sitting on my front porch looking in my window.
Like, "Heifer, I'm gonna get you if you come out here and try to take my baby.
Our door was wide open at the cul-de-sac down at the bottom of my driveway.
Sorry I'm late. I got chased by a moose."
You know what? Moose and bear, they're very common, call-out reasons for Alaska folk. So, but yeah.
Noted.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever got chased by one, though. Can't say I'd do it again. I'm not a runner.
No, I'm not either. I always tell people, "If I'm running, you better run too. Something's trying to kill me."
And I contemplate, like, do I really wanna be running at the end of my life? I see Roberta's
Yeah,
little
she
things.
is. I think she enjoyed that, so she can't hear, but I think they it's so weird because it's
Yeah,
like they can still hear us.
I think they can. So tell us about Roberta, because she's a new addition to your family, is she not? You haven't had her
Yes.
that long.
No, January. She came from Jocelyn. I never wanted anything haunted in my house because I joke I am haunted enough.
Mhm,
So I didn't want to purposely bring anything haunted in this house. However, Roberta here chose me. She is quite active. She was not really active let me take that back. She was active the first day she got here.
mhm.
And then the intention was for her to stay in the studio. She did not want to stay in the studio, and she was affecting the energy in my house, and so I had to set some pretty stern boundaries with her,
Mhm.
and she, like, dipped out for a little while. So I was like, "Oops,
Oh,
I ran her off. Okay, well, that's fine,
sounded like
whatever."
a child.
Yes.
Now is her
So
spirit a child spirit, or is she
she is 58.
okay.
She is 58. Don't think she had any children. We have not really talked. Feeling I get from her is that she wasn't a mother, but she wanted to be a mother. And Jocelyn told me she died of an illness, but I keep getting murdered, poisoned, killed. So I think that she was with somebody, male, who
Mhm.
was abusive and possibly did something that caused illness that caused her death. Now, I don't know. I'm not an investigator, so I don't know how to communicate with her beyond basic, like, hey, light up a light to confirm this or whatever.
Right.
So I was able to get her age. She was the first day she was here, she was really active with the cat balls. I want to talk. So I was like, okay. So I said, okay, so if you're in your 50s, set something off. And she set off her cat ball. And then I said, when I get to the right number, set it off. So I was like 51, 52, very slowly, like leaving
Right.
like 5 seconds in between each one. And I paused and I was like, she's 58. And I
Mhm.
said 58 and it was boom, and I was like,
Uh,
"Okay, so she's 58."
okay. I lo
I don't know when she died. I She did confirm that her name was Roberta the other day, she did confirm that, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I did send my psychic medium friend Jessica, I sent her picture to her just to confirm because I didn't want anything negative, and Jocelyn has mainly negative dolls. So I was like,
Uh-huh.
"I don't want anything negative in this house." And so Jessica read her, confirmed that she is positive, she is a nice spirit, she truly is lovely, but
Yeah.
she does not like being trapped in this room. So she's I
She
used to
wants to
if
be
you
part of the family.
She does, exactly. She This is so funny. If you listen to the Washu episode I did, I joke about why in the hell do people give dolls rocking chairs? Well, guess what? I gave her a rocking chair, and that's where she sits.
I saw a video that you posted of her, like, in her blanket, like, posted up on the couch, I think, with you, was it? Or in
She's
her
in a
living
rocking chair.
or was it a
Yes. So the story about how she chose me was when I went and met Jocelyn at Belvoir. Like we went to Glore, Belvoir, and then I went to MSP. Jocelyn didn't go there, but not that time. I'm not sure if she's been, but just that time we went to Glore and Belvoir together. And a few months later, Jocelyn came in my dream and she was talking about how scared she was. And I was like, that's so weird. She's not really scared of anything. So I didn't
right?
realize at the time that it was Roberta. So Jocelyn had made a post on Facebook talking about how some of her positive spirits were very scared of her negative because she keeps collecting negative dolls. And she had just brought in two of the Sally House dolls. And so her positive spirits are getting anxious with the negative.
Right.
And so I sent her a message and I was like, I think one of your dolls came to me. She kind of favors you. Can you send me a video of your room? So she did. And she was stopping on every doll that kind of favored her, but she did
Mhm.
not stop on her. She went right over her. And I was able to screen grab it
You
and it's
read
like,
into
no,
it.
that's her.
Mhm.
That's the one. So she's like, that's one of my spirits that's been asking to leave because she's scared.
Yeah.
She's like, please take her. And I was like, oh boy. Oh, no, 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 no. My
Listen,
kids
listen, listen, I didn't sign up for that one.
I don't yes, I don't want anything Halls freak me out. Sorry, Berta. She knows, she's heard me say it.
Yeah.
But my daughter, my birth daughter, is terrified of dolls. So, I knew taking a doll in would ignite something in my family.
Right.
I had made a plan with one of my best friends that if she didn't work out here, she doesn't have kids, and she said, "I'll take her if it doesn't work out." So I was like, "Okay." So Berta got here, my kids, especially my girls, kind of freaked out at me, but she's been here since January now. She did come to me again in my dream after Jocelyn sent her, and she was panicking. I think she got a little bit of anxiety. It's okay, me too, same.
Mhm.
And she was, like, freaking out, and when she arrived, her box was crushed. So, I think that's when she was she's porcelain, so I think she was scared she was gonna break.
Right.
And then, since she's been here, when she needs something, she comes to me in my dreams, and the reason she has a blanket is because I left her in a rocking chair one night. I had gone to sleep, forgot to move her because I don't leave her in the rocking chair overnight.
Her lights just lit all up.
Yep. And I don't leave her there because my pit bull looks at her like she's a delicious chew toy. So I don't and he sometimes gets up to go pee in the middle of the night, so I don't leave her there if I'm not supervising. So I move her, but I had forgotten her in the chair, and it was during one of the coldest days in South Carolina, right by the window because she wants to look at birds. So I leave her by the window to check out birds.
Queen, I love
Yeah,
bird watching.
exactly. Especially middle age, bird watching is the shit at this
Yeah,
age.
that is prime time activity.
That is entertainment, okay? Birds are beautiful. Send me some crows, damn it.
I
So
know.
anyway,
There was a crow in the neighborhood the other day, and we don't really have it's a new build neighborhood, so there's not a lot
right.
of trees and stuff, so we don't see a ton of them. And there was one, and I was like, "Go to my house, I live over there, I'll bring you
Good.
all the peanuts."
I'll give you I'll give you all the things. So she loves bird
Try
watching too.
stuff.
Right, I will give you things. Come to my
Yep.
house. I don't have crows either, but I'm trying. Like I gotta figure out how to get out there and get the crows because I got some things to tell those crows about some people. But anyway,
Same.
so so I was sleeping and she came to me again and I was covering her head and her body in a scarf. And I woke up and I was like, "I left her by the window and she was cold." So I gave her a
It's been
blanket.
very cold this
Yes.
winter. It's been
Yeah.
insane.
Well,
I don't
today
know
it's
about
like
South
70 here.
Carolina. Oh, God, wish. I think the high today was, mm, not quite 50. I think it was in the 40s, but that's, like, warm in
Yeah,
comparison.
y'all might as well go swimming. Y'all in
Yeah.
summertime over there.
Yeah. No, we were at -29 there for a bit. Yeah, it was nuts.
Ew. When I was in Arkansas, it got to 0, and I was like, "What is"
Yeah, -29. I was like, "Never have I ever." I was like,
Never.
"It is warmer in Alaska."
That's what my
I
husband told me. He's like, "It's warmer in Juneau, Alaska than it is right here." Because when I got home, it was still cold in South Carolina because that whole cold front had moved
it
through.
followed you.
It did follow me. I was like, "Holy shit. What is this?" And then it snowed, like, so I got snowed in the Crescent, and then I get home, and there's still snow outside, but the roads are kinda cleared off. But then the next weekend, it snowed, and it was snow that I've never seen in South Carolina because we usually get really wet, icy snow.
Yeah.
This was fluffy. This was
I was gonna
Midwest
get,
snow.
like, the heavier was it, like, heavier? Can you do stuff with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the when you guys were at the Crescent was when we had that storm roll through, and we got 17 inches of snow here, and I was like I have a picture, like, you can literally see, like, a little sliver of my car, and the rest of it was just buried. I was like, "You can tell I've not moved from this house in
They
days."
so in Arkansas, they were calling for 15 inches, 14 to 15 inches, and Heather's like, "Oh god, oh god, oh god," and I was like, That's not gonna happen, right?" And she's like, "I don't know." I think they got 8, which was good because we got snowed in an extra day. If it snowed 15, we might still be there. I might have
Well,
relocated.
maybe we would have never been able to go home. Yeah, our weather people were pretty shout out to BAM. Uh, they were pretty spot on. I think they said about 18 inches, and we got 17, so
Yeah. Yeah, we got I think that 2nd storm that moved through this area, I think we got about 7 inches, and that's a ton for
yeah,
this
for South
area.
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
guys don't see that kinda weather usually.
no, the last time we saw that much snow was when we moved into the haunted house. Yeah, talk about some weird
You
shit.
said, "We're
It
gonna
was
freeze them out."
it's so weird because, like, when we moved into the haunted house, we didn't know it was haunted then,
Mhm.
and the kids went to be with their other parents because we're blended,
Oh,
so we have custody of our children, but every other weekend they go to their parents, so we chose to really move the bulk of stuff when they were gone, so that way have you ever moved with children? I'm sure you have.
across the
Listeners
country.
yeah. Oh god, oh god, it's horrible. We just moved up the road.
Yeah.
Golly, no. We opted to move while they were at their other parents' house, and only unloaded our bed from the truck because we were the only ones there. And so we were like, "Okay, we're gonna unload in the morning, get the rest of the stuff out." We woke up and there was 7 inches of snow outside, and we were like
Shit.
because they were calling for it, but I was like, it never snows." They always say it's Snowmageddon. "It's Snowmageddon. Get your bread and milk. Get your bread and milk," and then nothing happens. And then so we didn't get anything. We had no groceries. We had nothing because we were moving and we didn't think anything would happen, and then we walk outside and there's 7 inches of snow, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. When I lived in Washington State, we lived on an island, and Washington's not like, in the area that we were at, doesn't really see snow either. It's
Really?
just rain all the time. It's just gross
Oh,
and
okay.
cold. Oh my god, did you even get a dusting out there, and the entire island shuts down, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, we shut down.
Like, we flood, and you guys are like, "Well, it'll be fine."
We'll
But
just swim.
a
It's fine.
little dusting of snow, and it's like the end of the world.
Well, I will say, as somebody that lives in the area that never gets it, we don't
Mhm.
have the equipment to
Yeah.
treat it, and, like, we have, like, stuff, but it's, like, only enough for the main roads or, like, the interstates. It's not enough to do all the roads, and people the most of no, I will say we have a lot of transplants from up north
Mhm.
now, but,
They're like,
like
"We got this."
oh, yeah, and they complain about us, and I'm like, "Heifer, you moved here."
You
we're the
can.
local. Right, like, we don't get snow but, like, once every 2 to 3 years, and it's the kind that it snows a dusting, and then by 3 or 4 hours later, it's gone. So
Right.
don't blame us for never having to do this.
You tell Mother Nature to keep it up there.
Right, stop bringing it down here and take your nasty attitude back up there if you don't like it. Lord.
So, you've had a lot of trips recently. Now, you said earlier that you're not an investigator. Is that something that you're, like, trying to, like,
No,
learn and get no? You just
no,
are
hell no.
heading to these places?
I love investigating. I love investigating. I'm really bad at investigating because I whisper. And yeah,
Yep.
and so and I get bored,
Mhm.
and I like going to bed by, like, 11. Like, I wanna be in bed by 9, and I wanna be asleep by 11, and anything that prevents me from doing that is not okay. Like, that's, like, not okay for me. Like, you do it, that's fine. Y'all do I love investigators. I love my investigator friends. They are the most badass people I've ever met in my life. I love that they're like, "Come with us." I'm like, "Okay." Like, little
Right.
Dora the
Sounds
Explorer
like a
mode,
great
backpack
idea
on. I'm
until I have to be
included.
up at 9:30 at night.
Huh? And then 11, I'm like, "We done?
Yeah.
Anybody done? No? We're just getting started? Oh, shit. Okay." So,
Why'd I do this?
I'm tired. I'll tell you what, when I went to Kansas City to investigate with my friends out there,
Mhm.
we did 3 locations in 3 nights. It was right after my birthday, like, literally the day after my birthday. I fly out, we go to Glore. I did not realize so in where I live, I'm 5 minutes from everything. 20 minutes
Yeah.
is long for me.
Nope.
No.
I just came back from Kansas City, and it's a big place.
It is so everything is 2 hours away.
Mhm.
Where wait, so we literally were staying at, like, Harrah's in Kansas City. We drove to St. Joe, which was, like, I don't even know, it seemed like
Right.
forever, like, at least an hour to 2 hours. I don't maybe not 2 hours, but at least an hour from where we were in Kansas City, and
Mhm.
then we went back to there after we investigated Glore, which was really cool, but I didn't realize how big the place was, so I didn't get to see all of it like I wanted to, which is fine. It just means I have
Yeah.
to go back,
Right?
and then we went to bed. We got up. They wanted to take me for barbecue, so they took me for barbecue. I was like, "Awesome, I love barbecue." And they're like, "You can't come here without having barbecue." And I was like, "Okay, well, I don't understand, but okay." And then I had barbecue, and now I understand.
And now I get it.
Now I get it because it's not the same as South Carolina. Like, South Carolina barbecue's aight. Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went back to St. Joe to a cemetery to do pictures, which I didn't realize that we were going back to St. Joe for the cemetery. Back to and then we went to Belvoir, but we had to get to Belvoir to drop our stuff off and the cars off first, so we had driven from Kansas City to Belvoir to St. Joe back to Belvoir, and then I was up until, like, 3 in the morning investigating in Belvoir. I tried to go to bed at 1:30, but then the guy next to our room was snoring like he has sleep apnea, okay? I'm diagnosing the man. He needs help.
You
He's
need to go
wearing his
see
heart
a
out.
doctor immediately.
Immediately, that man was
I
sawing
was
some
seeing with my
logs.
husband last week. I was like, I mean, he was, like, inches from my face. I'm like, "What the fuck are
How
you
do you not
doing?"
punch him?
And he's just all
No.
night long, and I was like,
No.
"I'm literally, like, divorced if you don't get on your own
Divorce.
side of the bed and shut your mouth."
Or unaliving. Choice is yours.
"You see this shirt? It says
Yes,
it's
ma'am,
not
I do.
murder if I bury you alive."
And
Seriously.
that's just a
You sleep
consequence of
apnea then.
your action. Well, no, like, seriously, one night I woke up because my husband had sleep apnea before he lost weight, and I mean, he's just it's, like, cured itself now, thank God.
Yeah.
He was snoring, and I have insomnia. He has sleep apnea, so I'm heavily medicated to sleep. He can fall asleep driving, okay? It is the weirdest oh, yeah, I'm diagnosing. Get him help. Anyway,
I need to, I keep trying.
I will send you my husband's CPAP. Oh my god, at this point, I will just send it to you. I
We'll get another one, it's fine.
He doesn't even use it. It doesn't even matter. He doesn't even use it anymore, but he's lost, like, 40 pounds, so he doesn't snore anymore. But when I was dealing with everything, he was snoring so bad, I could not go back to sleep. I was still working. I was so stressed. I was barely sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night. He woke up one night, and I'm sitting with a pillow, like, this, and I said, "If you don't shut the fuck up, I am going to kill
It was
you."
fun
He said he's never been scared of me
until
until
that.
that moment. He said there was murder in my eyes. He's like, "This she's at her breaking point."
My husband has a bad habit of, like, playing his video game at night. So he travels for work.
Mhm.
He's gone, like, probably 95% of the time, and so I'm used to sleeping by myself. So then when he's home, he's
Lovely.
off. So he's just up all night. So he's like he has his headphones on, so it's not like he's, like, being rude and, like, the television's, like,
Right.
making noise, but there's still the light, and I am not a super heavy sleeper. So he'll be in there on his PS5.
She wants to be close to you.
Girl, I woke up at I think it was, like, 2 o'clock in the morning not too long ago, and I was like and I looked at him and he's like, "Okay, we're turning it on." I was like, "If you don't either leave or turn this" like, I swear to God, like, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
I'm done. Like, I'm
I've had
done.
Yes, like, I've had to do that with him because some days he can't sleep.
Mhm,
And he won't have and I even gave him earbuds, like, I got new Raycons, and so I gave him my old ones, and
mhm.
he won't put them in, and I'm like, "I am going to kill you." I am a Scorpio, and I'm Latina, and I
Yep.
don't play about my sleep, and you are keeping me awake?
I know, he's always like, "You're so old. You just wanna go to bed by 9," and I'm like, "I get up at 5. Like, I'm responsible for everything. I want to sleep. Leave me alone."
I would stab him.
Girl, I have fantasized about
Literally
I'm
told
like,
Daniel
"Listen, prison can't be that bad."
you would at least get s well, no, you might not get sleep. You just gotta act crazy for a little bit. Go get you a
Yeah,
stay at the
like,
hospital, 72 hours, get you some rest.
yep. No, he's a good guy, but,
Well, I gotta tell
not
myself
a
that.
day.
He takes such good care of me. He's so good to me. Shut the fuck up.
But there are days.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So, I love investigating, but I struggle a lot with the overnight stuff. So, I've only done 1 time back-to-back investigations, and that was Indiana State Sanatorium in Billy Creek.
Well, I've heard good things about Billy Creek.
Billy Creek was freaking phenomenal. I had the best time at Billy Creek, and it was active.
I've heard it's super active.
It was active. Yeah. So, like, day overnight 1, you don't you only get the places until it depends on the place, but most are like 10 o'clock. You gotta get out." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna survive on, like, 5 hours of sleep. Send help." And then you might not be able to sleep because you're thinking and you've got all these things going on, and I don't know, if the ghosts follow you back to your damn room, that's not ain't helping there. ISS was kinda quiet, like, I was able to sleep and everything that night, but day 2, I was like, "What the fuck did I do? Why did I sign up for
That's
this
ex
again? We are never doing this. We are too old for this."
that's exactly how I felt, and so, like, I was invited to go to Haunted Hill House with Jocelyn and the girls next week. And I
Mhm.
told my husband, "I just can't do it," because they had, like, multiple things. I said, "I can't do it again." And plus, flights to Dallas, even though they're direct from where I am, were so stupid expensive. It's so ridiculous. I was like, "I can't justify that plus renting a car. I'm not gonna stay in the Haunted Hill House. Absolutely not. My ass is not sleeping in the Haunted Hill House." They can. They are
Just
fearless.
got crazy.
They are so fearless. My butt I'm going back to the hotel.
Yeah. Right.
Y'all have fun with Toby, y'all have fun, but I just couldn't justify it, and I have so many other things I'm doing this year, so I kinda have to, like, weigh, like, what I'm doing. So I'm not getting to go, but I can't wait to see what they get into, but the when I did ESP with Heather, it was different because our room was right there. There was no driving, there was no kinda like we if we wanted to wrap it up early, we could,
Right. Heather
and
had
we
the best time. She was telling me all about your ghost hunting and everything she was seeing and doing, like, she was so excited.
she's
So,
incredible.
I'm so happy that she got to go and, like, step out and just kind of be herself and do the fun thing. I'm like, we're trying so hard because 'cause we've not met in person either, so I'm like, "Please, like, please, 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 this year it has to happen, like, I want to meet you in person so bad, we talk all the time, I adore her."
She's
So
wonderful.
I'm like, "It has to happen this year."
She is
So,
absolutely wonderful, and she learned really fast that I am super direct and super blunt.
yeah. I'm not. I wish I was.
She's not
Probably
either.
it would probably save me a lot of headache along the way if I could.
It's so funny. I was like,
Her and
at
I
work
are both Geminis,
I know,
so we are people pleasing. I mean,
I know.
we can get to that point, but it usually takes a while, so.
I think she was scared that I never wanna see well, she actually was, I could tell. So I have one of my abilities, I am a mind reader, and
Mhm.
it's not with everybody, but certain people, especially if I'm close to them, I hear. Not always, I can turn it on and off, but her, I can.
Yeah.
And so I think she was scared that I would never wanna see her again, and I'm like, "No, that is not the case. I absolutely adore you. I love you. Stop it."
No, I wanna meet her and hang out and do the weird things. Like, I just wanna go do weird things with all of my people, so.
She's absolutely beautiful. She inside and out. She is a phenomenal human being, and she is so t she her my medium abilities are like nothing. Like, I have them, but I don't trust them
Yeah,
because
me too.
they're so like, people are like, "If you're psychic, what am I thinking?" I'm like, "It's not."
It doesn't work that way. Yeah,
But, like, she like, if like, just her medium abilities, she is so much more powerful than she realizes.
yeah. Now and I think a lot of us are, like and that's something we talked about not too long ago is, like, I feel these things, I can hear these things, I can see stuff, like, all of those things, and then I'm sitting here, like, talking myself out of it, like,
Yep.
"Girl, no, like, that's not really what's happening, that's not what's going on, that's not what you just saw." But I've been able to the first time I saw a ghost was when I was, like, 5 or 6, when
Mhm.
we lived in Delaware. I have always just had, like, this inner knowing.
Yes.
I have dreams and then stuff happens.
Yes.
I have had people pass away and then come to me in the dreams after they're gone. That's
Mhm.
actually how I knew my daughter was a girl. One of my very good friends completed suicide right after I got pregnant with her. And the morning of the 20-week ultrasound, he came to me in a dream at the school that we went to when we knew each other. And he'd walked past me and in my mind I was like, "How are you here? Because you're dead. Like
Yeah.
you can't be here right now." So I followed in and he was sitting up on some rafters and I like crawled over to him and I asked him how he was there and he just looked at me and he said, "How is your daughter doing?" And I woke
Yeah.
up and so, marched out of my room, 17 years old pregnant. And my mom was like, "Are you ready? Do you have any ideas?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a girl." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Well, how do you know?" And I was like, "He told me." And she's like, I thought he was gone." And I was like, "Oh, no, he is. And that's why I know." And
Yeah.
lo and behold.
I had a
So
dream about Daisy, 10 years before I had her,
mhm.
and, I mean, I was in the pool, and I was playing with my daughter, and she had dark curly hair, and she was probably about 6 months old, and she was in this little red polka dot bathing suit, and I just was bouncing her in the water like this, and so when I got pregnant, I knew. And it was years later, I was with her father at the time, and when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, "It's a girl," and we had her name picked out, and I was like, "Well, we can pick out a boy's name, but it's a girl."
Right, there's no point.
Yeah, but she came out, and she had black curly hair, and at 6 months old, she had a little red polka dot bathing suit.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think trusting ourselves just because in general, in the world, most of the world tells us we're crazy and these things aren't true. It's not real. We're making it up. We're delusional. And then
Even my own
along
husband told me that for the first, like, year we lived in our haunted house. He was, I mean, constant, "I was wrong. That's can't be that. That I was." He didn't call me crazy. He might be dead if he did that. But he joked the other day, he goes, "Why do you wanna stab me so bad?" I'm like, "I don't know, but,
right?
just saying.
You have.
I'm not a violent person, but let me tell you something, if he didn't quit snoring, he might not be here anymore."
Yep.
But yeah, you're exactly right. Just constantly told that that can't be it. There's
Well, and then as women, we're often just told,
we're
"No."
crazy.
Yeah.
We're
That it's
crazy.
not. No. You're just wrong. Why? Because you're female, period. For
Yeah,
no
my
other
girls
reason.
I tell my girls all the time, "Trust your gut, trust your gut, trust your gut," and they're like, "No, I just," I'm like, "Every time you don't trust your gut, it's gonna bite you in the ass, I promise you," and sure enough, they're learning the hard way.
I am about to be 39, and it still to this day, I'm like, "I trust my gut," and do I? Fuck no. No, I don't, and look at all the problems I cause for myself because I don't listen to myself.
Yeah, I know, I didn't so when I started podcasting and not so much when I started podcasting, when I started collaborating with other people because I've
Mhm,
had the podcast for nearly 4 years, and I didn't start collaborating until last year, partly because of what I did for a living. I could not put myself out in the media or anything like that because my contract with the federal government was that I could not bring impropriety to the court. Impropriety is subjective to the judges, right? Or my boss. So what one person sees as impropriety, one might not. So, depending on the judge, somebody talking about paranormal
right.
could appear as improprietous. But when I left there and I was able to finally commit to the podcast, I started putting my face on it, started to put myself out there. And then last year I started collaborating and my gut would sing with certain people. But because I was trying to be open minded, trying to remind myself there's unique people in this space no matter what. And paranormal, it is a unique space
Yes.
that just it's just an interview or, this and that. And I've learned the hard way. And 2026, like, I'm like, no, if I have an inkling,
Mhm.
just even the smallest little hesitation, I don't owe anybody an explanation. I don't owe anybody time on my podcast. I don't owe anybody anything.
Nope.
So if
Yeah, and
if
that's
I'm
something just in general that I'm trying to get to also.
Yes.
But yeah, no, and that's something I'm learning right now, like, I don't know anybody an explanation to
That's
anything
right.
in my life, it
No,
doesn't matter what it is.
no is a full sentence. And that's where I've gotten to, like, with people, like, even in real life, with my girls, my husband, everybody. No. Well, why? I don't owe you an explanation. That is my answer. And like I tell my girls, if you want an immediate answer, then the immediate answer is hell no. Don't start with me.
Right. Yep. So, I just I don't know, things are just everything is changing
The
in
year
life
of the snake.
right now. It's been a wild, wild year.
Yes.
That
2025 was rough on a lot of people. 26, a lot of lessons, but I feel like 2026. Okay, this is kinda how I feel like it's gonna go for a lot of people, and it really is gonna be on people's perception on how they take what comes at them, and I think that's really with anything in life, but especially, like, this year. If you've never been on a horse, this is the year of the horse. I can't remember, I think it's the fire horse or something like that. When you first get on a horse, if you've never been on a horse before, you're terrified. That horse starts running at full speed, you don't know what to do. At first, you're flailing, you're screaming, you're holding on for dear life because that horse is so powerful and it is full on running like the wind, tail out, nose forward, hooves hitting the ground, just it's going. The longer you're on that horse at that pace, the more comfortable you get. By the end of the year, you're going to be riding that horse like you own it. So
yeah.
that's kind of how I look at the year of the horse.
Yeah, I think the first few months, maybe the first half of the year is gonna be really, really hard, and I think that that is just the carryover of the energy from 2025, like,
Yes.
just shaking shit loose, like, making you uncomfortable, putting you in places and spaces that you've not been to be able to say, "No, enough
I
is
love that
enough.
note.
This is this is what I'm okay with. This is what I am not okay with. This is the direction that I wanna go. If you don't wanna go there with me,
That's okay.
fuck off."
That's okay.
Okay. And I think it's just, I think it's putting us in the path of standing in our own just in our own. Like,
Mhm.
who we were meant to be, the path that we are supposed to be on, maybe not the one that we saw for ourselves, but and that the universe is steering us in the directions that we need to be going.
Mhm. I always tell anybody having a hard time, the universe will break you, even if it has to sometimes, because it's got to get you where it needs to be, and sometimes things have to break to be put back together the way they're supposed to be.
Yep. And it is incredibly uncomfortable a lot of the time. And I am something I'm having a hard time with. Like my kids are, almost grown. I got my last two. They're about to be 18. Both are about to graduate this year, next year. I am a control. Like I just need to have that control. I need to
Surrender.
know what's happening, and I don't, and I am, like, freaking out.
No, you gotta surrender is one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. That's why I put it right on my arm because I am not a control freak, but I like to control myself. And, like I said, I'm a Scorpio, so I am in control of my emotions, of myself most of the time. It is when things are happening around me that are now impacting me and that I cannot control of what is it in my orbit. Like, usually I don't give a crap what anybody else is doing because that doesn't affect me. But when people are doing things that are affecting me, that's when I start like, "Oh, dear God, what's happening?"
Right?
And that's
Alert,
hard to
alert.
surrender. Yeah, it's like stop. But I have learned also when you finally feel like you're where you're supposed to be or you're in the right direction, it's easier to surrender than when you're fighting for your life and you know you're not where you're supposed to be yet.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of situations that I've been in the last few years is, like, my gut, like, everything was, like, screaming at me, like, "Hey, this is probably not the best idea. Hey, you should probably just stay in your
Don't do
lane."
it.
Yeah, big red flashing lights, "Hello, we can't make this any more clear for you," and I'm like, "We're gonna do it because I can do this, like, this is
It's not
fine."
right.
No. And the universe was like,
Well, I tell my girls all the time because, teenage girls, you have daughters or a daughter. You
I
have
got
one
her
daughter or 2?
1."
Okay. They don't like to accept if they don't like it. You know what I mean? They don't wanna accept it if they don't like it. And what I've told my girls before, growth does not come from being comfortable. Growth does not come from the normal or the not the consistent, but the brain fog,
Like,
41. I'm
being
old.
like, being comfortable and just
You literally have to
in
be
your little
uncomfortable
space.
to grow. It sucks.
Yeah, and so I'm being thrust into that area right now, and I'm, like, kinda kicking and screaming the whole way out of here, but
Okay.
I think by the end of the year, things will be much, much better.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think for a lot of us now it really depends too on how people perceive
Mhm.
the things that happen because it really truly is about perspective and perception because you could have one situation and two different people and they're going to view it very differently.
Completely differently, yeah.
So, like my husband, what happened? I cannot remember. He came home hot, he was mad, he was cussing up a storm, angry, and I sat there and I'm like, this is not a big deal, right? Like we are in a I think it has something to do with his car. Like
Mhm.
his car needs something on it, needs to be fixed. And I remember when we got together 7 years ago, we were both flat broke, single parents. He had 2 kids, I had 1, both single, full-time parents, working multiple jobs to keep our head afloat. If something would have broken on his car, he would not be able to feed his kids. He would not be able to make his house payment. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him and I get it's frustrating. I understand it's frustrating, but I'm sitting there listening and I'm like, "Okay, okay. You realize that we can fix it and our kids will still be fed. Our insurance and our car payments and everything else will still be paid. So I understand you're frustrated. But think back 7 years ago when that would have wrecked our lives."
Yeah, that's something like, my husband's always like, right now, our situation is a little different, like, we're both kinda panicking about the
Right,
things that are happening
understandable.
right now. Prior to that, like, he'd panic over, like, little things like that, and I'm like, "When have we ever not had our bills paid? When have
Mhm.
we ever not made our mortgage? When have we ever
That's
not
right.
had food in the house or gas in the cars?" Like, the kids have always had everything they've ever needed and plenty of what they want, like, we've always made it work,
That's
and
right.
we will both work our asses off to get it to work.
Right.
So, like I said, he doesn't have children, I have children. He has we've adopted 2, so, like, he has them, but
Right.
biologically and watching them grow, so, like, it's different for both of us. My ex-husband, you know,
That's a podcast for a different day. I'm picking up on that vibe.
he's there, but it's a whole situation.
I
My
got it.
daughter's dad has not ever been there because he has fought and he has and is still fighting all of his own demons. And so I have just carried the weight of mom and dad and chauffeur and housekeeper and cook, and I've been everything to my children their whole lives, and so, mm, it's just second nature, and we've always
Yeah.
just worked it out, and
Yep. I literally told Daniel last night because I was just because I read energy and I am affected, like, so heavily by like, not everybody, because I am able to put a wall up with people, like, that don't live in my house, but the people that come into my house, I literally need to get a doormat that says, "Check your energy before you enter," because when you enter my space, I work very hard to keep the energy in my house at a certain level, and I can control it for so much, but when the people that live here come in here and they are, their energy's all over, I'm the one that takes the brunt of both my daughters who've had a bad day, a husband that's had a bad day, a son who is going through a lot of things that he doesn't talk about and he thinks we don't understand, but yet I read his mind. I know exactly what he's going through. Like, he doesn't he's not feeling that, and here I am, I'm building something and doing this and doing that while all trying to be a wife and a mother and a podcaster and a creator and a good friend and a decent daughter and a sister and an aunt. And I told him, I was like, "I am everything to everybody in this house." And I just look at him like and I told him, I was like, "I love you, and
do
you're
it.
allowed to have bad days. No questions asked. You are allowed to have bad days, but I need you to be a little bit more aware of when you're coming in here, barreling through here madder than hell, that I've already dealt with 2 teenage girls who are in both in 8th grade, who are we are all on our cycles at the same time. I
Ugh.
am perimenopausal, and
Mhm.
then I'm already trying to level their energy out when they get home and comfort them. They lay on top of my body to try to regulate, and that is almost soul-sucking sometimes, and that might make me sound horrible, but when you have
No,
somebody, like,
it's not.
sucking the good out of you like that, and then,
Energy
like
exchange is real, and it doesn't always mean that it's good, and it doesn't always mean that it's bad, but, like,
yes,
when your
when they're
children
taking.
need you
Mhm.
as a mom,
Yeah.
I would have a very hard time saying no to
Right.
protect myself because that's my baby,
Right.
and so, yeah, like,
Mhm.
ugh,
Well, some days I do have to tell them because some days they just wanna sit on top of me, and I'm like, "No." But if
yeah,
they are upset or if they need me, I'm here. But sometimes they just wanna do it because I'm the happy place, because I feel good, because my energy is high, my vibration's high. But I tell them, I said, "You can't always energy suck. You can't always do that. Like, you
yeah,
have to be aware, and you're a child and you're learning, and that's fine, that's good. But just be aware of how when you are having constant bad days, constant bad moods, constant mood swings, when you are putting that on other people, you are literally taking something from them, but you're not giving back except low vibration. And that's hard on somebody like me who is an energy reader and I keep my vibration high and I am around multiple low vibration people day in and day out. But I live them. I birthed one of them. I'm married to one of them. And then I raise the other two. It's like, it's exhausting, and I love them, but I'm trying to teach them you can't always take. Like, you have to be the good as well. Like, it's okay you have a bad day. I promise you it's okay, but it's not all bad.
no, no, and it took I still struggle with it sometimes, to be completely honest. I have a very hard time talking about things that I'm upset with
Yeah.
and about. I will bottle that sucker up
Yep.
real tight, lock it up, that's not coming out.
Don't do
And then
that.
I'm usually just, like, pissy because I'm upset, but I
Yep.
don't know how to talk to certain people about that. Like, there's a fear there, I guess, is probably what the most of it comes from. It comes from being afraid because I've not had a whole lot of people in my life that I can go to with things, and things then end up okay after I talk to them. It usually ends up in an explosion, or I'm told I'm crazy, or I'm making shit up, or, so it's talking has never worked out for me.
So I'm a communicator, and that's something
Yeah.
Heather learned. I'm a communicator, and I don't do well with bottled emotions.
Mhm.
I am so direct, and, like, because, like, say we were really close friends,
Yeah.
and, like, we spent time together all the time. I would look right at you and be like, "What's going on?"
Mhm.
Like, I mean, instant, and be like, "What's wrong?" Like, my
Yeah.
friends, I won't see them for weeks, like, in person. We'll text every day, but and I'll text them out of nowhere. "You okay?" "No." "Are you sure?" "No, I'm crying." "Okay, well, what's wrong?" Like, don't lie to me. But, yeah, I am not the type I don't do bottled anything because I have learned that it is a joy sucker, it's a joy stealer. He it stems from trauma. It stems from not being heard as a child. It stems from not being heard in young adulthood, but it takes work, and there are healthy ways to communicate, and it's worth it. My husband and I literally have had to teach each other and work together to learn how to communicate because both of us were in abusive marriages. My first marriage was very abusive. I've been married 3 times, got very married very young the first time, and he was so physically and emotionally abusive that I just shut down, and then I met Daisy's dad, and we got married because I got pregnant, and he, was a completely like, he didn't talk. It's like I needed to be present, but be quiet. And then I had a daughter, and I was like, "I can't live like this." And then I met Daniel, and he was coming out in a very narcissistic marriage, and he was just a shell of a person trying to learn who he was, and he was scared to talk, so he would just shut down. And so and then he would shut down and then 6 months later explode. And I'm like, "We're not doing that. That is abusive. That is not fair. We can fight. We can disagree, but bottling something up and then unleashing it on me 6 months later is not fair. If I bother you or if I hurt your feelings, tell me then, but say it, 'Ashley, I don't like that. Ashley, I'm not comfortable with that.' And I promise you I won't punish you for that because as your friend and your wife and your partner, I never want to hurt you. But I even though I am a mind reader,
I'm
it's
not.
not
I
I'm
am
not.
not.
I
Yeah,
am, but I'm not. And if you do not tell me, then that is your responsibility."
yeah. I've been married twice, and my first husband was incredibly abusive. Verbally, not s physically, yes, but not, like, punching and all of that. Like, he used to grab me and, like, shake me and push me into things,
My
sexually.
first would hold me and squeeze me, and I have asthma, and he would squeeze me so tight where I couldn't breathe, and it would trigger an asthma attack, and he would just, like to the point and yeah,
Yeah. I was sexually abused for essentially our whole relationship. Grade A narcissist, this guy. Like,
too.
and, yeah. So when I left Alaska, moved here to Indiana with 2 kids, 4 animals, sold everything I had, left everybody I knew, got on a plane in the middle of the night, and started my whole life over, and it's not been easy, and neither one of my husband or myself, were just not good communicators at all. I was an avoidant, he just doesn't know how. I avoided talking because I was punished for talking when
Yep,
I was
me
little.
too.
So,
Yeah.
we've both gotten better, we're not perfect, it's a learning thing. I've gone to therapy for a long time to try and work out my shit, uh, so work works in progress.
Learn, practice it, because as you start getting into perimenopause, you will blindside him because what's gonna happen? I'm just here to tell you. Menopause is a wonderful, wonderful shit show that we get to live through for the next 10 to 15 years. And what happens is your level of patience, I have a feeling that you are pretty patient,
I'm really not, and
like, with your people you love, you
I think
know?
I don't give myself enough credit on the patience that I do have. I'm always like, "I have none," but then I'll be talking about a situation and my friends are like, "Girl, you have the patience of a saint. What are you talking about?"
See, told you. What's gonna happen though, as you get older and you're getting close to that being at 39, it really depends on how old your mother went through it. My mom started at 38. I started at 38. What I didn't realize is that your rage,
Yeah,
the rage
I'm
is
just messy, and I'm
undeniable.
mad and I'm crying all the time. Like, I think I'm already there, truthfully.
Probably.
I've arrived.
Welcome. We
Yeah,
ha look,
right. "We're in the club. Where's our
woo!
T-shirt?"
Sucks. This place sucks.
But, no, I mean, I'm short anyway, and I'm bitchy, and I have big feelings even if I don't know what to do with them.
That's okay.
Like I said, I have been a lot better about communicating with him. I am very self-aware. If I'm doing something and then I'm like, "Wow, I was really asshole, like, I was a real big dick." Whoops, there you go.
Yeah,
Um, I'll come crawling back with my tail between my legs, like, "Sorry, I was kinda crazy about 5 minutes ago."
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's
yeah. My husband the rage has been something that neither one of us were prepared for. Like, even my kids, because I'm not patient. I'm not patient. I'm kind, and I
Yeah.
can be patient, but that is not my if I want something done, I want it done then. I
It's
am
not
not.
your fault.
Yes. So it's one of those, and then I was a single mom for 7 years too, so I got very used to just doing it myself. I'll just do it myself. I'll just do it myself, and I'll do it mad, I'll do it tired, I'll just do whatever, and I'm a perfectionist. I have ADHD and have OCD. I am all over the place with all the DDDs or whatever. But what I've learned, like, even, like, now, it's not so much the patience. I'm more patient now that I don't work full time outside of the home because I'm not dealing with judges and attorneys and all the other things that I was at making other people and then coming home and I had nothing left to give my family. So now, like, I am very particular with my schedule. I'm able to control the variables, but, like, when that rage kicks in, I have scared them because, like, the Alexa, like, on Christmas morning, one of my children had set an alarm. Why? I don't know, but they set an alarm. Well, guess what happened? The alarm started going off. We're trying to enjoy Christmas. We're having a moment. And then the Alexa's going off in the upstairs. And so I'm like, Alexa, turn the alarm off. Alexa, turn the alarm off. Alexa. And all 3 of my kids were like and Daisy goes, "Mom, I'll go turn it off, mom."
I broke mom.
The Alexa and mom are not friends.
Mine likes to randomly play music. I had to unplug it one night. I'm the only one that has control because control. I'm the only one that has any access to that. Like, and I think my youngest was gone. My second youngest was probably out with his girlfriend because that's been a thing lately. So I think it was just me and my husband here, and he doesn't have the app or anything,
Mhm.
and we were, like, in the bedroom, and all of a sudden, it's like I think I was trying to sleep, and it started playing music, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yep,
And so I
mine's
was
done
like,
that.
"Alexa, stop," and then it would stop, and then it would start, and I was like, "Alexa, stop,"
I'm going to
and
kill
it
you.
kept it did it, like, probably close to 10 times, and I finally just, like, unplugged it. I was like, "I don't know what the hell is going on, and I don't know what is in this room right now setting this off, but enough is enough."
My ghost learned how to turn the lights on, and so we would be sleeping in the middle of the night, and, the Alexa, if it hears you and it goes, "Okay," it does it on the one it hears you in, right? So it was the one right next to my bed, and I hear at 2 o'clock in the morning, "Okay," and the lights go, and I was like I shot up out of bed, so it heard somebody say, "Alexa, turn the bedroom lights on,"
Yep.
and it sure as shit did, and we were both like
Hello?
so, yeah, but, like, in this house, the kids I'm the only one with the app on the phone, but they can
Mhm.
all if they're here, they have access to it through their devices in their room, but if they're not here, they can't control it, they can't do anything. I was home alone, we had just moved in, I was sitting in the living room enjoying my coffee, I do that every morning, and I heard a song start blaring in our son's room, like, at level 10, and it was a song I've never heard before, and I asked him when he got home, he's like, "I've never heard that song before." So it started playing some random song at top volume, and I
Yeah,
was
the
like
songs that mine was playing, I couldn't tell you what I think I've heard them before, but, like, it's not something that I would even be listening to, and I don't use the Alexa to listen to music, I use my phone. My son does use the Alexa to listen to music, but usually in the kitchen, like, when he's doing dishes. Outside of that, he just uses his phone, and again, he doesn't have the app, and I don't think he was here that day.
yeah,
And why would he be playing in my bedroom if he was anywhere else?
exactly.
What's weird about mine is I have the one next to my bed because it's the one with, like, the screen, so I can
Mhm.
see I have cameras everywhere, like, if I need to look at something. But if I'm trying to talk to that one, the only one that answers me is the one way away in my bathroom. Like,
That's
I'll be
weird.
trying to say something to the one next to me, and all of a sudden, the one in my bathroom will be like, "Okay, da 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 da." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm talking to you.
It
Who's
sits down.
in
Stop being so damn nosy.
Right?
Damn.
Always listening to
Always
me."
always listening.
Yep. So, yeah, the one in my bathroom has a thing for me, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only one that will respond to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The one next to
Damn.
my bed has an attitude, she doesn't like me.
Mine has a tone so Daniel told ours like, he loves to tell ours to shut up, and he was
You gotta be nice to the robots, I'm
Thank you.
seriously.
That's what I said.
I
I said,
tell
"Don't talk to
thank
her
you.
that
I
way."
always say thank you to mine.
I do too. Well, he said something last night to turn the lights off, and then he's like, "Sing me a song," and then she sang the song. It was a great song. I was like, "Oh, that's kinda catchy." And then he was like, "Alexa, shut up." And she got quiet, and then he said, "Alexa, thank you." And she went, "Okay." I swear she had a tone. I swear I recognized that tone anywhere. That was a tone of a frustrated woman right there. I was like, "Damn, she hates you."
None of ours listen to my husband, like, at all. Like, he'll be trying because all of ours, it connects to our lights, we have the smart light bulbs and all that,
Yeah.
and he'll be trying to turn off the no, never,
Yep.
never
She
does.
does
He
that to
has
him
to get on
sometimes.
his phone and do it
Yep.
from his app for the lights because she's like,
"I can't hear you." And then you say it, and she's like, "Okay."
from the bathroom.
From only the bathroom, only that one.
Phil's always like, "What the fuck?"
"Stop it, I need this one to
What
talk to
you
me."
did to offend these things, but yeah, none of them, and we have them all over the house, but yeah, none of them listen to him.
That's weird.
Hilarious. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Guys, y'all can find me everywhere. I'm Ghost Gossip Podcast, Ghost Gossip Pod. I'm on TikTok. I hate TikTok, so if y'all want me, come find me somewhere else other than TikTok. But I'm on Instagram, Facebook. My email is ghostgossip247@gmail.com. You can send me all your ghost gossip, or you can, if you want to collaborate or you have a story, I take listener submissions. You can send those there, and I do those about once every 6 weeks. But yeah, I am everywhere. I do history on locations, but I also do a lot of collaborations now. So you come find me there and come interact. And I'm on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I know. God, YouTube is so hard for me. It's like
I
the one
hate
thing
YouTube.
I freaking forget. I'm like, I don't even know it exists half the time. Then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be posting on there."
I do have a video podcast on YouTube, so I'm on audio on Spotify, Apple, and all the platforms, but I have a video, well, fucking word, man.
Yep.
What's the word I'm looking for? A video format. I have video format on YouTube.
Alright. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. It was so nice talking to you and getting to chat both before and during your
Yes,
piece.
thank you so much for having me. You are beautiful, and trust me, it's gonna be okay.
Yes, it will. Everything will work out.
Even if it's gonna suck until it's better, it's fine.
I'll put the dumpster fire out eventually.
It will all fires eventually stop.
Yes,
Just like
they
all
do.
bleeding eventually stops.
God. Alright, Ashley. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner and your evening, and we'll chat again soon, okay?
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Alright, bye. Alright, guys, it's just me here. Thank you for listening. I love her. I'm so excited to have her on. I've been waiting for quite some time to get her on the podcast and have a little chat with her. But for me, you can find me at Ghost Tracks Podcast on any social media. I've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can email in. Again, if you have listener stories or suggestions of places that you want to see me investigate or photograph, I will have photos available for sale from my locations and places that I've been soon. But you can email in at ghosttrackspodcast@gmail.com. Until then, we'll talk to you next time. Stay creepy. Bye.